Hi, Adam, and hi, Kaja. First of all, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself and explain my study. I am actually a PhD student and also lecturer for a couple of years at Aydın Adnan Menderes University. And my department is business administration, but I'm mostly interested in neuromarketing, user experience, and human computer interaction most of the time. Today, I'm gonna present you my research regarding my thesis. So let me show you my page and presentation.
Awesome. Yeah, we can see your screen now.
Okay, perfect. Okay, you see my thesis title here, Evaluation of User Experiences for Augmented Reality Applications in E-commerce by Biometric Database Multi-Method Approach. So the keywords here, user experience, augmented reality, and e-commerce. I'm gonna measure the user experience regarding augmented reality apps. First of all, I wanna talk about our faculty. We have the laboratory named Advanced Media Technologies at Faculty of Communication. And also we are able to collect eye tracking, facial expression, electrodermal activity, and heart rate data and analyze those data. I talk about my interest areas. Here you can see the pictures from our laboratory. The right side, you see the participants with the lab setups. And also we do have eye tracking glasses also. This is our university web page, the main page that we measure the eye tracking data with the eye tracking glasses. So as I mentioned before, I'm interested in neuromarketing techniques. In this classification, we can classify them into three main subjects. First one is brain imaging techniques, including EEG and fMRI. Other one is biometric activity, eye tracking, facial electromyography, and facial coding, which I'm mostly interested in. And also there is other physiological activity, which are heart rate and galvanic skin response. Recently, the most preferred technique is eye tracking, which have many forms. You can use the eye tracking with softwares like you provide. Also, you may use it with the glasses, or it can be form of web-based. So eye tracking is quite useful technique for human behaviors research. And the one thing is important here, eye tracking is to measure cognitive responses. So you're not able to get the cognitive response with the traditional methods, but eye tracking can do that. Also, facial coding is quite attractive. You can get the facial coding results by many softwares like the one you provide. So with the facial coding technique, you're able to get 6 basic emotions: sadness, dislike, anger, jealousy, smile, and surprise. So it basically gives us how people react when you give them a stimuli, so how they feel about it. So it's very important in terms of human behaviors research. So I'm going to use this technique too, facial coding technique. Also, the other physiological activity tools that I'm going to use in my thesis project, one of them is heart rate. So you're able to, okay, we do have a oxiometer which we can measure the heart rate of the participants. It gives you the changes in the heart rhythm. So when you give them a task, so you wonder how they react, their heart rhythm is escalating or not. So it's not give you the participant likes or dislikes, but it gives you there is something happened there. So it's quite useful too for me. And galvanic skin response, another name, electrodermal activity, is making the same thing. Like actually, it gives you the changes in the participants' conductivity level. So those are 4 techniques that I'm going to use in my project. And there is a phrase here that I like it most. Let me read it for you. Consumer don't think how they feel, they don't say what they think, and they don't do what they say. Actually, it indicates that there is huge difference between what people say and how they behave. So to solve this problem, we need to focus on how people feel, how people behave in terms of consumer behavior or people's human behavior. So that's why I decided to research how people react to the stimuli physiologically. And okay, I'm going to use augmented reality applications in e-commerce and measuring its user experience effect. So why it is important for me? Because augmented reality applications has an importance in order to giving the customer experience. We all have a problem, right? Like we're buying something from a website, but we are not able to experience it. We are not touching, we are not smelling. So maybe augmented reality applications can provide us an experience, make easier to buying process. So I really wonder how these AR apps affect the user experience, how they affect the consumer behavior. That's why I decided to research on this.
Can I have one question here?
Sure.
Can you give an kind of like example, or how does this AR application kind of like looks like? Does it work
Sure.
through your phone, that you're pointing your phone on something and you
My
have kind of
phone.
like I don't know if you can just give an
I
example
can
of how.
I can show you on the website that I'm gonna use it in my
Okay.
project.
Uh-huh.
This is the website selling sunglasses and eyeglasses,
Mm-hmm.
the e-commerce website. Here, virtual trying, click, and then when you define your face to the website, you're able to see the sunglasses on your face.
Ah, okay.
If it
Cool.
fits or the color is okay with your, skin color. So how they look from the left side or right side. So it's like you're trying your sunglasses in physical store, but you're no longer needed to going to the physical store and try it. So
Okay.
you're
Okay.
able to try
Mhm.
on the website. Okay, I hope
Thanks.
that's enough. I
Yeah, that's a great example. That's exactly what I what I wanted to kind of like
let me come back to
understand.
the thank you. Let me come back to the presentation.
Thanks.
So I'm gonna research the augmented reality application and its user effect in my project. The purpose of the study is defining and the examination of the user experience regarding augmented reality application. So people may like the augmented reality application. They may find it boring or they may find it not useful. So I really wonder how they react to the augmented reality application.
Okay.
So in my research, the other research, I use surveys, focus groups, the traditional approaches, traditional methods. I use them all, but they are not, in my opinion, they are not sufficient to find out how people behave. they give the answers regarding customer attitude, but not customer behavior. And according to Aldale, 90% of the data in the human brain is processed subconsciously. So if we like to find out how people behave, we need to look subconscious level. But how we gonna measure subconscious level? Not with the surveys, focus groups, or questionnaires. They are not enough to find out. But we can use eye tracking, facial action coding system, basically physiological reactions of the human we can collect and assess. So that's why I decided to use these physiological methods to find out subconscious level of the participants. Okay, my research design you see here, I have two sessions. The session one, first of all, I'm gonna apply web usability scale. I wonder the website and the application, augmented reality application, is usable or not. It's so important because if it's not usable, people not prefer the website or prefer the AR application. So that's why, first of all, I'm trying to find out the system is usable or not. And then I'm making an interview to validate the answers from web usability scale. And then web usability scale is done. I can go through the session two. Session two comes with the experiment with facial action coding system. I'm gonna measure how people react emotionally. And then I'm gonna collect the eye tracking data along with the heart rate and electrodermal activity. So I'm gonna do this at the same time. So I wonder how people react to the augmented reality application emotionally and physiologically. After the experiment, I got a retrospective think aloud. I'm going to ask the questions regarding their experience. For example, while the participant trying the sunglasses on her face, for instance, her EDA level is high and the heart rate maybe is high. So I will ask the questions how they feel about it. There is a changes in their heart rate. So how you feel that? So you like it or you dislike it or you stressed? So how you explain these changes in your physiological level? So these are the research design. Right after, I will combine all of these data and make my conclusion. I have three questions here. I wonder, augmented reality applications positively affect the experience of e-commerce users, and what are the emotional reactions of e-commerce users to AR applications? And finally, does the AR application affect the purchasing decision of e-commerce users? I'm trying to get answers for these questions. As I talked before, I will make my experiment at our laboratory, which we have many equipments there, except facial action coding system. So the laboratory conditions are quite well. We do have the light condition arranger, and we do have the desk. We do have the lab setup, everything. So it's quite okay for the experiment, our laboratory. Okay, these are the steps that I'm gonna follow up. First of all, I will ask to the participants remove the glasses or lenses if they have, and also clean the makeup or the sun cream on their faces, because it's not it's a problem when you look at the facial expression. So there should be no makeup or the cream on their face. And then I will ask them to review the website and then answer the web usability scale questionnaire. If I get the good results, if I find out the web usability scale is okay, I will go through the session 2. It comes with the GSR and PPG. I will be attaching the GSR and PPG devices to the fingers. And then the software should be running at that time with the eye tracking and the emotional analysis from the facial muscles. I will give them the task to the participants, and then they will be instructed to apply them in order. By the way, there is no time limit in this experiment, so they have enough time to conclude the survey and the experiment. So the participants will try glasses chosen by themselves at the website I showed you, and then they will introduce their face to the application and then experience how the glasses model looks on their face. So they will experience how the sunglasses look on their face. And then finally, the experiment will be done. I will be applying the retrospective think aloud protocol. I will be asking the questions regarding their experience. So this is basically how I'm going to conduct my research. Okay, it looks like I talk about everything. So if you have any questions, I would like to answer them.
Yeah, thank you very much. That was really interesting. And your presentation was really well presented, actually, and really clearly. So I think that we actually have some imagination of your study and can actually help you or in conducting this. I have one question.
Sure.
Something maybe not about physiological measurements, because you told about this, but from psychological side, of course, because this is one thing that is the most interesting for me. Did you consider individual differences as a potential factor which can influence user experience? Such as, for example, type of personality, because as you probably know, personality is highly related to our physiological reaction and so on. And actually, I know some studies, recent studies that show that personality may actually change a consumer decision. Yeah.
It's a good question. Thank you for asking me. Of course, personality affects the human behavior, human decision, but it's not easy to fully correctly assess human behavior. So some of them I'm not putting into the my research. I just wonder here, what is the main reaction to the AR application? So it can change from one person to another, but I'm focusing on the most preferred one, how they react, how they think about their application. But I get the results, but not the certain one, not 100% correct. So I'm trying to approach to the right answer.
Okay, so you're taking like an average, and
sure. I also get the demographic information from the participants to understand if there is any change of reactions. I may think about there is a different thinking here because of their age, because of their what they do, because of their education level, something etc.
Yeah. But you talked a lot about this unconsciousness movements in the body or something like this, or factors, and I think that it really depends on
The
our
person.
physiological reactions, because you actually measure really sensitive factors such as heart rate and so on. So I thought that it could be something interesting to add as a potential factor, like in personality scale or something like this. But
Question to you, Kasia. Actually, what is the personality scale? I'm not aware. Is it like there are like 16 different personalities? This is the one you're referring to, or you're thinking about some different verticals?
it's, for example, Big 5 or Big 6
Okay.
questionnaire. So we have 5 main these factors, like introversion, extroversion, and neurosity, and so on. And it's good to measure, because it's not like we have 30 kinds of personality. We have some main types, and it's always good to know in this consumer studies. But
Okay, thanks.
But right after, I may include the personality scale to my research. I'm gonna research it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
for giving me-
Maybe an additional information afterwards, not to
Yeah,
include,
sure.
not to influence the study itself. I have also a question. How you are going to measure the usability of this AR plugin, of this AR page? Because it's hard to measure if something is usable or not. It will be kind of like success if in case they will be able to handle it within, I don't know, 5 minutes or something like. How do you measure usability in the
Actually, there is a
first part?
question. After the participant use the website or the system, we conducting a questionnaire. It's 10 question questionnaire. Some of the questions are, it's very easy to use this system for me, or it's fun to use this system, it's hard to use this website. So 10 questions the participants will be asked, and reply it. And then if the score, there is a website to measuring the website usability scale. You give the answers to the website, and then it gives you a percentage. Like
Okay.
if the results more than 70 points, so the system or website is usable, you accept.
Okay. I see. I haven't heard about it. So
It can be used for many years, like from the 2000s.
cool.
2000.
We have to try it on our page. Maybe we'll see how how people really think if our tool is also usable. Cool. And just one thing in addition to this. So the first part of participants are going to kind of like measure the usability, and then the other participants are going to be kind of like testing. They'll test the unconscious reactions and so on.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Those are 2 sessions of my
Cool.
study.
Nice. Yeah.
We also conduct another studies. I want to talk about them too, if you have time.
Yeah, please go ahead. Like you can briefly, maybe not in this full form, but just quickly as
just
an
like
overview.
brief
We'll be
information.
super happy to hear about it. Sure.
Okay. I talk about our advanced media technologies lab. We have a team there with our professors and the students. Together we working together, and one of our project is measuring esport player experience with eye tracking and facial action coding system. And then we're going to create a guideline how to be a esport player for those who want to be esport player. So we're gonna measure their performance, where they look at, how they feel, how they react when a different stimuli comes to them. So right after, we create a guideline for them.
Nice.
So that's another study we working on.
And the other one, you mentioned that there are kind of like 2 others.
Also, that's my project with one colleagues. We working on food packaging design. Maybe the traffic light labeling. Have you ever heard about it?
No?
Traffic light labeling is different than classic ingredients of the package. So it's more visualizing. It's in the front page of the package. So I wonder if the traffic light labeling is more useful than classic ingredients one. Classic ingredients one, you may be familiar, is a table, like fat rate, protein rate, sugar rate, etc. But the other one is more colorful, visualizing. It gives you the information briefly. For example, one package equals 130 calories, and it provides you 30-gram proteins, etc. And more visualizing, more attractive to the customers who can use the healthy food, or the maybe you may be go to the gym and you prefer the protein bars or the something mostly in protein. So they are more attractive than the regular one, in my opinion. But I'm gonna measure it, then I will give the answers.
Cool. Nice idea. And actually, that's pretty good. It would be really good to have kind of like something normalized and presented in a better way. Like here in Poland, I don't know how about you, Kasia, but no one ever taught us how to read properly these envelopes and like these tables. So whether you're like a food freak who needs to know what you're eating, or you're just not paying attention to it, so maybe kind of like being more aware by presenting it in a better way could bring the ease of better user experience for the for the end users of the products. Nice. I like the thesis. Very cool laboratory you're running.
Thank you very much. I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah, it looks really cool. Like nice type of researchers you're having.
We also like to share the ideas of studies with you guys.
Awesome. I'm pretty sure that
In the future.
we'll be super happy to see the results, the outcomes of the AR glasses experiment and others. I don't know, Kasia, do you have any questions to what we have seen, what we have heard?
No, I think that it was really nice presentation and really fascinating idea, and looking forward to see some results. And we for sure should keep in touch. And
Awesome.
Sure.
Thanks, Mustafa. So I believe that's it. So probably if someone watching our short video talk have any questions, then feel free to reach us through RealEye or to Mustafa directly through the laboratory, in case you had done something similar or you have any additional input to share. Mustafa, thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Let's stay in touch and have a nice day. Have a nice week.
You too, guys. Thank you very much.
thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.